Okay, so you're putting in the work on Instagram, right? Crafting posts, trying to connect. But sometimes it just feels like, well, you're shouting into the void. How do you actually grab attention, build a real connection? Today, we're doing a deep dive into something that can seriously help. Instagram carousel posts. They're a powerful tool if you know how to use them right. We've looked at the latest research, expert takes. Basically, we want to give you the roadmap to making your Instagram much more impactful. And hey, if you're looking for an extra edge, like to really accelerate your social media growth, check out rapidboost.net. They offer services to help boost your profiles. All right, let's get into it. What makes these swipeable posts, tick?
Well, the data is actually pretty compelling. Recent studies show carousels can get up to 3.1 times the engagement of just a single image post.
Wow, 3.1 times. That's huge.
It really is. Think about what that means. Way more likes, comments, shares, just by using this multi-slide format effectively.
Okay, so it's not just about the swiping itself being kind of fun. What's the psychology behind it? Why does it work so well?
There are a few things working together. First, every swipe is another interaction. It keeps people on your post longer.
Right, more dwell time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that tells the Instagram algorithm, hey, this is good stuff, showed it to more people. Second, they're just built for storytelling. You can build a narrative, reveal info bit by bit. It pulls people along.
Makes sense.
And finally, they're just so versatile. You can mix images, graphics, text, even little video clips all in one post. So you can appeal to different people, different ways they like to get information.
Right, caters to different attention spans too, probably.
Yeah.
So capture more attention, deliver info better. Okay, our research dug up like 10 really cool ways to use these. Let's start with number 1. Educational step-by-step guides. Seems pretty straightforward, offering value.
Exactly. People are on Instagram looking for useful stuff, not just entertainment. So educational carousels tap right into that. The trick is boiling down something complex into easy steps, like a mini tutorial they can swipe through.
Can you give us an example? Like, what would that look like?
Sure. Maybe a fitness coach does 7 simple stretches for remote workers.
Yeah.
Each slide shows one stretch, nice and clear.
Okay.
Or a marketer could do 5 steps to crafting compelling social media captions. Just a clear framework people can follow. Clear headings, simple instructions, good visuals on each slide. That's key.
And this isn't just a guess, right? There's data that shows these actually work.
Oh, yeah. Platforms like Later.com have found that these how-to carousels get saved about 20% more often than other posts. People are bookmarking them, which tells you they find them really useful.
20% more saves. That's significant.
Definitely. And look at our first 100K in personal finance. She uses carousels for budgeting tips all the time, breaking down tricky money stuff. And apparently those posts get double the comments compared to her single images.
Double the comments. Okay, people are clearly engaging. What's another powerful strategy?
Myth busting. This one can be really effective. You challenge common beliefs or mistakes in your niche, grabs attention, sparks conversation.
Ooh, I like that. How do you set up a myth-busting carousel?
You want to start strong? First slide. State the myth. Something punchy like, posting 5 times a day guarantees growth MYTA.
Okay, dirt.
Then the next slides debunk it. Show data, give counterexamples, share expert opinions. Visually, you could do like a before-after or a myth versus reality contrast. Makes the point really clear.
And are brands actually seeing results with this?
Yep. There was this skincare brand. They did a carousel called 5 Skincare Myths Ruining Your Routine. Huge response.
Yeah.
Something like a 60% jump in shares from that one post.
60%? Wow.
Yeah. One myth they busted was oily skin doesn't need moisturizer. Then they explained the science behind why hydration is key for everyone.
That's smart. Addressing what people think they know. Okay, what's next on our list of innovative ideas?
Next up, storytelling series. Think behind the scenes, origin stories.
Yeah.
It's all about building that deeper connection through transparency and, being real.
Yeah, people love that stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing the human side. How do carousels make these stories work?
You use the slides to take people on a little visual journey. Show your workspace, introduce your team, walk through how you make your product, or share your personal story, how it all started. It's about pulling back the curtain a bit.
Like chapters in a mini story.
Exactly. Structure it like that. Maybe slide 1 is the initial idea, then the struggles, the breakthrough moment, where you are now, and use real stuff. Personal photos, maybe bits from old notebooks, screenshots even. Makes it feel authentic.
Any examples of brands doing this well?
Yeah, Bighorn Snacks did a great series called Meet the Makers. Showcase the founders, their story, the heirloom popcorn. It reportedly boosted their engagement by 40%. People really connected with the story.
40% is a big lift. Makes brand feel more human. Okay, shifting gears now to interaction. Using carousels for swipe to choose, polls, quizzes, that kind of thing.
Right. So Instagram stories have those quick interactive stickers, which are great. But carousels let you do something a bit more visually rich, maybe more thoughtful.
Ah.
You could do a visual poll across a few slides, like show 2 logo options, ask people to comment with the slide number they prefer, or a quiz. Ask a question on each slide, then reveal the answer and why on the last slide.
Ah, so it's a bit more involved than just tapping a sticker.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
It gamifies it a bit, encourages comments, saves, shares. We saw a cool example from a travel blogger doing Guess the City carousels. Close-up photos as clues on each slide. Their comments tripled because people were guessing and tagging friends.
Triple comments. Nice. Okay, moving on. Curated lists and recommendations. This sounds like a solid way to share expertise.
Definitely. It's about packaging what you know in an easy-to-digest way.
Okay.
Think best of lists, top books in your field, tools you use, podcasts you recommend, hidden local spots.
Right.
Dedicate a slide to each item. Put a nice visual book cover, app icon, and a quick reason why it's great.
So you're basically sharing your top picks visually.
Pretty much. Or you could do tip packs. Quick, actionable tips like 5 quick wins for website traffic or 7 common design mistakes. These get saved and shared a lot because they offer immediate value.
And the data backs this up too, I assume.
It does. Sprout Social found in 2023 that listicles and resource guides and carousels get saved about twice as often as single posts. People really value that curated info they can come back to.
Makes sense. Okay, next idea. Leveraging social proof. User-generated content. Customer spotlights. How do we show off our community with carousels?
User content is gold for building trust. Carousels are perfect for this. You can showcase testimonials, dive into case studies, share client success stories, use screenshots of nice comments, before and after pics, or direct quotes. Let the results speak for themselves.
Let your happy customers do the talking for you.
Exactly. And you can celebrate your community's creativity too. Run a contest. Feature the best entries in a carousel. It makes people feel seen and encourages others to join in next time.
Is there an example of this working well?
Yeah, a sustainable fashion label does customers who style our looks carousels. They feature photos people send in. Apparently, it not only got great engagement, but also doubled the submissions for their next contest.
That's brilliant. Builds community and gets you content. Okay, next one is for the data lovers. Data-driven insights and infographics in a carousel. How do we make stats swipeable?
It's all about visual storytelling with data. Break down those dense stats into simple infographics, clear charts, key numbers highlighted, one main point per slide. So if you're sharing Instagram stats for 2024, maybe one slide for each, one for posting times, one for demographics.
Keep it digestible.
Exactly. Make it easy to grasp at a glance. You could also use that before and after visual again. Show website traffic before a campaign, then after on the next slide, maybe a final slide with key takeaways.
And this can really position you as an expert, right?
Absolutely. There's a digital agency that did a carousel on the ROI of influencer marketing. Used clear charts, highlight boxes. It became their most saved post ever. People clearly valued getting that data presented so clearly.
Most saved post? Interesting. Okay, let's shift tone a bit. Inspirational and motivational carousels. How do we use this format to uplift?
These are about sharing positive vibes, themed affirmations, inspiring quotes, maybe just gentle reminders. Keep the look consistent with your brand. You could do a regular thing like Monday motivation with a different message per slide.
Create something people look forward to, and that feels good to share.
Precisely. Pair the text with nice visuals, custom illustrations, evocative photos, and in the caption, ask people to tag someone who needs the message or share how it hits them. There was a wellness coach whose 5 morning motivators carousel regularly got 3 times the usual shares. People love sharing positivity.
3 times the shares. Shows that emotional connection really works. Okay, almost there. Number 9. Product launches, teasers, feature breakdowns. How can carousels build hype?
They're fantastic for buzz. You can do an unboxing, see a reveal, slide by slide, show different angles, close-ups, features of a new product. Build that anticipation. Use captions like "swipe to see more" and always end with a clear call to action, pre-order link in bio.
A gradual reveal to build excitement.
Yeah. Or if you're launching, say, new software features, use slides to compare what's new versus what was before. Show how the new stuff helps the user.
We've got a tech example for this one too.
We do. A SaaS startup used a 6 slides, 6 features carousel for an app update. Clear visuals, concise benefits for each feature. They saw a 50% increase in trial signups from it.
50%! That's a direct line from carousel to business result. Okay, last one. Post series and themed mini campaigns, using carousels for recurring content.
This is about building consistency and expectation. Launch a weekly challenge, maybe a themed Q&A series, or regular tips. Like a designer doing hashtag Design Tip Tuesday every week in a carousel format.
So you create a content habit for your audience.
Exactly. Gives them a reason to keep coming back. You could even do interactive choose-your-own-adventure stories where comments guide the narrative. There's a freelance writing coach who started Pitch Feedback Friday carousels, giving critiques. Her follower count grew by 25% pretty quickly, just from the consistent value and word of mouth.
25% growth. Consistency pays off. Okay, that's a ton of great ideas. Now, for someone listening thinking, okay, I want to try this, what are the practical steps? How do they actually start?
First step, definitely map it out. Look at your content calendar. Which of these ideas really fits your brand, your audience, your goals? Try to mix it up, some value, some story, some interaction.
Don't just do guides all the time.
Right. Then focus on the visuals. You really need to invest time here. Use tools like Canva or Adobe Express. They make it pretty easy. Keep the text on each slide minimal. Let the visuals do the heavy lifting.
Visuals first. Got it. What else?
Every carousel needs a clear call to action. Tell people what to do, save this post, share it, comment below, click the link in bio, be explicit. And you absolutely have to track your analytics.
Check Instagram Insights.
Yes. See what's working, which topics get the most saves, which get the most shares, which ones do people swipe all the way through. Use that data to get smarter about your next carousels. Oh, and one last tip. Try batching.
Make a few at once.
Yeah. Set aside some time, plan and design several carousels. It helps you stay consistent without scrambling at the last minute.
Good advice. So it's planning, good visuals, clear CTAs, watching the data, and being consistent. Wow, this has been really insightful. It's so clear that Instagram success isn't just about pretty pictures anymore. It's how you package your ideas. And carousels are such a dynamic way to do that. Stop the scroll, deliver real value, spark those connections.
Absolutely. These 10 ideas, they're really a strategic toolkit.
Yeah.
Not just for getting more followers, but for building loyalty, getting people genuinely engaged. When you teach, entertain, involve them, every swipe becomes a meaningful touch point.
So here's the challenge for you listening. This week, pick one of these ideas. Brainstorm it, design it, get that first enhanced carousel out there. We're excited to see what you create.
Yeah, just think about it. What if you consistently use just one or two of these strategies? How could that shift things for your engagement, your growth on Instagram? What stories, what value could you start sharing in this really effective format?